Starting from zero shouldn't feel complicated. You can turn your website visitor into paying client without overcomplicating the process, overthinking it. So if you are starting from zero, meaning you are new to the online space or you have a website for a while and it's not turning visitor into paying client, I'm going to walk you through a simple website conversion system that beginners can set up. You can set this up even though you are new to the online space. And there will be opportunity for you to book a clarity call with me at the end of the video. But let's get the strategy phase out first. What is the strategy when you are starting from zero? How do you turn your website visitor into paying client without overcomplicating it? That's what we're going to do in this video. If this is your first time watching me, hello, welcome to this space. My name is Siene. And through a space like this, I don't only show you how to create a website that works for you, but I also help you see the strategy behind website conversion. And there are many ways to work with me. And one of the ways is to book your website clarity call, where I can go through the whole process with you and see how best I can support you. Okay, now let's get into the process of what do you do when you're starting from zero and you want to turn your website visitor into paying client. And starting from zero shouldn't feel scary, shouldn't feel complicated. But at the moment, you might be thinking, what do you build first? You want to start, but what do you build first? Do you even need a website? How do you bring in clients? Let's answer that question in this video. One of the biggest misconceptions out there is that you need a website to get clients. I'm happy to break the news to you that website on its own doesn't convert people. So if you get a website and it's just sitting there in the online space and its own would not do the job. So now that we get that out of the way, what is the better question you should be asking when you are starting afresh, or you are being new to the online space, or you own a website that doesn't convert? The good question to ask is what happened after someone land on the page? So you got a website or you're planning for a new website. What would you like people to do once they land on your website page? When you have that understanding, that clarity first, it helps you choose the right thing you're going to build your website on. But why does getting started could look complicated? Why would you feel stuck when you are new to the online space? You may be overwhelmed with too much information of what to do, too many options of how to get a website out there, and you don't have a clear next steps. Or you could be trying many things. You tried building a website on Wix, you didn't get it right. You moved to Squarespace, you moved to WordPress, and you start using email marketing apps like ActiveCampaign, Kit, and the rest to build a landing page. So you're doing too much too early, and you have no clear next step for you. And you're trying to bring your website together to do everything at once. That can feel overwhelming, and that can make the process to be complicated. So the reassurance here is that you don't need everything. You need a simple website that converts. And I'm going to show you the setup that will help you achieve that. When you are looking at your website, I want you to look beyond, I want a place where people can find me. I want a place where when people look me up, they could see it. I want a place as a touch point. You can think that. But if you want a website that converts, you need to think beyond, I just want something online. You want to think about where would you be getting traffic from? Would you be promoting your business on social media? Would people be seeing you through networking, word of mouth, and then you give them your website link? Then when you do that, traffic is first things you need to consider. Where would you be promoting your business? The next thing is what page on your website will be doing the talking for you. So which page on your website would do the conversion for you? And what is the action that people need to take when they're on the website that will lead them to becoming your paying clients? And you need to have a system behind the website that do the follow-up for you. And that is how you create a website that converts. You first think about where you're going to market it, the page that will do the talking, the action that need to happen, and the follow-up. And then clients naturally flow through that process. Now, how do you make this work? You start with clarity on the website page first. Who do you want to help? What problem are you solving for them? And what is the result you offer? The result you offer here is the lead generation process for you. What is that step one person need to take, or the people that visiting your website need to take to become your paying client? And that become the results they get from visiting your website. The second step is that website needs to have one clear call to action. And that call to action needs to be a direction, not giving them too many options to do too many things. Because when you give them too many options, they kind of overthink it. And once they overthink it, they take no action. And when your website visitors are confused and they don't take action, they don't convert. So when you look at the system, you want to see how would you make that call to action to be clear. Choose one of the following. You could decide that people book a call, and that means you're going to link that page to your calendar where people book a call and then you follow up with that conversation. Or they're going to sign up to something. They could sign up to download a PDF or watch your videos or join your newsletter or join a wait list of your course they are creating or any things that are coming up that's going to be on offer. So you have one clear call to action that do the talking for you. In that way, you don't just have a website that sits on the internet, but a website that converts. And for that website to convert, you need to have a single goal. So you start with a page, you give it a goal, and then walk it through with the action that needs to happen, and then you move on to the next page. So how many pages should your website have when you're just starting out? It's completely up to you based on the goal you have. The most important thing is that do not make your one page to do many things. I see it a lot of one page website doing the work of the about page, doing the work of the service page, doing the work of the on page, doing the work of contact page. When it becomes too crowded, people don't really know the priority that you want them to take. What is the action you want them to take? And when you don't prioritize how things flow on the page, it does affect the result you get from page engagement. So this is where decision happen, okay, when you actually get clarity on what you do. One of the things that I notice when I work on a website is that people have the call to action button like sign up to newsletter or download freebies or book a call, but there is no follow-up. So you need to have a simple follow-up system behind your website where you follow up with people that haven't made the decision to book a call with you yet. So that follow-up system is what would help you not only to get people showing interest, but to move them through from interest into becoming a paying client. If you don't follow up with your ideal client, you will lose them because there will be other things that will distract their attention or try to get them involved with many other options, and you will not be on their mind. So follow up is part of website that convert. So you don't need to have more things. You just need a website that works for you. And for your website to work for you, clarity is important. Call to action is important, and having a follow-up system is important. Starting from zero or starting afresh shouldn't be scary. It should be an advantage because you're coming to the online site with a lot of ambitions, a lot of ideas. So you should feel excited about this. So starting simple is an advantage that you will have to make the process look easy. You don't need your website to be perfect. You just need a website that works as hard as you do. And that is also possible. So you start simple and then grow the website later into something that you really want. So let us recap the simple website conversion system that you can use. One, identify where would you be getting traffic from? Would you be doing networking? Would it be face-to-face, word of mouth, or would it be social media? When you have identified that, the next thing is to have a page that's going to do the talking for you and the right call to action in place that lead to that conversion. And you have a follow-up system placed on that website as well that follow up with people, keep them warm on their funnel, and then turn them into paying clients. Now, where do you go from here? If you want a new website or you want to redesign your existing website, but this time around, you don't want it to just be a pretty brochure that sits on the online space. You want something that turns visitor into paying client. You need clarity, you need structure, you need a website that can run. And that is where I can help you. All right. So what you need to do, you have a chance from this video to book a 15-minute complimentary call absolutely with no string attached. Okay, so book your website clarity call today. The links will be in the comments of this video wherever you're watching this video from. And if you have any question that you're just thinking about something and you want clarity on that, always message me on LinkedIn and I will do well to respond to your conversation. So you deserve a website that not just look pretty, but a website that engage visitors and turn them into paying clients. But the responsibility is on you to make that clarity stand out. And it is my job to guide you through that process so that you don't just own a website, but you own a website that converts. Book your website clarity call today, and let's have a conversation about how you can own a website that do the work. Until next time, whatever you're doing, keep the dream of your website alive, and I will definitely see you in my next video. Bye.